Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to explain you guys that what is a try and what is a catch block. That means try and catch block. What is throw and what is rethrow activities in UiPath Studio and why they are the most critical activities while we are using exception handling mechanisms. Right. So let's start this video guys. I hope you all guys are doing well. Okay. So to demonstrate let's start with try catch, right? First, to demonstrate the try catch, let's demonstrate it with an example. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be using a read range activity over here. Okay. Read range activity, and I'm gonna be providing any workbook. For example, I have this workbook I have created. This is just an empty workbook. Okay, with the sheet name such et1. Okay, I'm not giving any output data because we don't need this data table right now. I'm just using this to demonstrate try catch. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open this workbook now, right? So this workbook is empty as I told you guys, and I am opening now my this workbook over here. Okay, so as you guys know that in UiPath Studio, whenever we are using the read range workbook activity, okay, and if our workbook, that specific sheet which is being mentioned over here is open, so it will be throwing an error that this is being used by another process. Then you have to close this first and then run your bot. So let's see this error first, right? Okay. Okay, so we got this error. The process cannot access the file dash dash because it is being used by another process. So as you saw guys that we got this error that read range workbook, this process is cannot access the file because it's being used by another process because our workbook was opened here, right? Okay, so what uh, we can do to eliminate this, see, we have two options that we can, we can close this workbook and it will be working fine. See, okay. Okay, we have not like mentioned this table over here. It is working fine, right? No worries. And what we can do by the another method that we can surround it with a try catch block. This is open now. Okay, what we can do, we can just right click over here. This is the best method. Okay, surround it with try catch, or you can press this and press Control T as well. The best method is right click, surround with try catch. See, you have to surround the specific activity which was giving you the error. Okay, and as you will click this surround with try catch, it will be automatically, this activity will be inside the try block, and this will be encapsulated inside the try catch block. This is try, this is catch, and this is finally. Okay, I'll let you know each and everything. Okay, so guys, try block is that, you can say block in the try catch in which the error activity is there, in which, we have a probability of that it will be throwing an error. Okay, so that activity will be stored in a try block. Okay, that is understood. Pretty simple. Let's come to the catch block. The error activity which is throwing that error, it's being rectified in the catch block. Okay, so whenever I'll click here in the catch, add a new catch. Okay, we have multiple catches. We can have multiple catches, but we can't have multiple try. We can have only one try. This you have to remember, guys. Okay, so for example, this is an exception, and I'm gonna go with the system error exception is the generalized form of exception. Okay, what we can do, we can use a log message over here. Okay, child block and the exception was handled. Okay, so I'm using a log message activity over here just to demonstrate you guys that what we are doing right now. Now, if I'll run the block, sorry, the code, let's see what happened. So, as you saw that it threw an error just for an instance. Okay, but after that, what it did, it directly came to the catch block. Let me show you this in a breakpoint. You know, wait a second. Okay, let's start. Okay, I'll be pressing step into that it can go step by step into every activity and blocks, and you guys can understand, right? Step into. Okay, so this is the try catch block we are in right now, and it will be going inside the try block. Step into again. It is at the read range activity which is inside the try block. Pressing step into again. As you saw, we had a small fraction of error over here, but it was not in the output. Okay, and now directly from try it went to catch. Okay, and inside the child block and the exception was handled will be printed in our output next. Okay, now it is exiting the try catch block. I hope guys this try and this catch block is clear that what they are doing here. Okay, this workbook was not closed because we didn't use a kill activity or a close application activity. With that we can, no worries. Imagine that this I used the kill activity and this workbook has been closed. Okay, now comes the question that if this workbook has been closed by default, for example, it's closed. So whether it's going inside try or it's directly going inside catch or what is the funda over here? Let's understand this as well. Okay. So we are into step into. Let's go inside try catch. Let's see that where it goes. It goes inside try. Okay, and then it directly goes inside the uh, catch section, right? Inside the catch block and the exception was handled. Okay, and let's do one thing. Let's use a kill process activity so that kill it here. Process name we can say Excel. Okay, let's see again what it's trying to do. Let's use debug now. Okay, let's go with step into. It went into try. Okay, it checked that this workbook has been opened or not. It's open. So it throwed an error for a fraction of second. It directly went into the catch section. You guys can see the contour is at the catch section. Now step into our workbook was closed and it's saying that inside the child block activity and the exception was handled. Okay. Now let's again run this workflow but with a small catch. Let's do not that catch, something else. Okay. Let's go here and add this over here. Let's see that this thing runs or not. I'm just trying to let you guys know. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's debug. We are into try catch, and now we don't have any process to kill, so we are into the catch section. And now we are into the finally section. Okay, so now it is inside finally. Okay, let's open the workbook now and let's start our workflow again. Step into try. It threw an error, but it was handled by the cat section. Okay, it's killing the workbook now. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so now it is in finally section. So guys, you guys must have understood that the finally section will be running every time, whether it has error or whether it has no error. The finally section will be running every time. Okay, so the three sections of try catch block are try, which will be containing the error activity, or when we have the probability that it can have an error or not. Okay, that activity will be inside the try catch, sorry, the try, and in the catch section, that activity which is probable to throw an error will be handled inside the catch section. Okay, and the finally section will be running every time the try catch bot is executed, whether or not it has the error or not. Okay, now let's come to the exceptions part. Okay, let's one second, let me get out of the debug mode. Okay, let's delete this for this instance and use this. Okay, and let's do one thing. Let's just do see the error. Let's paste this over here. Okay, let's go with this because see, this is not inside now. Try catch and let's run this file. So it's showing an exception. The exception type, guys, this was done only to show the exception type. See, this is a system io.io exception. System io means system input output dot input output exception. This type of exception comes under system io dot system io exception. You have to remember this, guys. Okay, I used, what did I use? I use a system dot exception, which I told at the beginning that it was a generalized way of exception. Like this is all the, it in this every exception comes, you know. But if you want to handle a specific exception, like if we are using UI automation and we don't find the selector, right? You must have seen. So we are uh, getting the error that selector not found exception, right? Or if we are using an array and we are using the for each loop and we give an index that is outside the bounds of the array, so we get that index out of bound exception, right? So these are that exceptions. Okay, we can use this exception also over here. If you guys don't want to use this, we can use this as well. One second, add a new catch. Let's go with IO exception. Okay, so this is what a specified exception tailored for this read range workbook only. Okay, so let's go again and use a log message over here. Okay, and handled exception inside catch block. Okay, let's run this. Okay, we are in step into, right? Okay, I was thinking that why it's not running. Okay, it will be throwing an exception because it's not encapsulated in the try catch. Okay, and you can see that whether like whenever we have an exception, it will be directly exiting the program. It will be not continuing ahead. This also I wanted to just learn that you must be saying that this is after try catch is after this. So can we can this control be going here and catching this? No. For this you have to again encapsulate this inside try catch. But we have already done this, so let's delete this and let's run this just to show you that IO exception is there and it can handle this type of exception as well because this is tailored to this exception, right? Read range workbook is throwing system.io.io exception and we have mentioned IO exception only over here. Okay, okay. Let's go and we have to do step into excuse me to try catch. Check that whether it has this exception or not. It didn't throw any exception. And when we'll be running this code, it won't be throwing any exception because it is encapsulated inside the uh, this try catch block. This is the beauty of try catch block, guys, when we are using it in the RE framework. Okay, so you will be seeing that many activities are encapsulated inside the try catch block. Okay, and there are many type of exceptions. This you can explore on your own, right? I have told you two type of exceptions: system.exception and system.io.io exception. It was generated by this read range workbook. Okay, if you're not getting any type of exception like the type of it, you can always use system.exception. That is the generalized exception. It will be containing all those exception, right? Okay. Now let's switch to throw and rethrow. Like what are these two activities in UiPath? Okay, let's go with throw first. Okay, so as you saw previously in the read range workbook activities, when it was not encapsulated inside the try catch block, guys, please listen very carefully. When it was not encapsulated inside the try catch block, it was throwing a type of exception system.io.io exception. Right? So it was an exception defined by UiPath by default. Right? We cannot like change it. Okay, we cannot fiddle with it. But when we have to create our own exception in UiPath, there must be a scenario, right? There can be instances also. For example, your client says that the value over here shouldn't be greater than 1000 or 100 or any value, right? So for then you have to create an exception over there, a customized exception, right? The exception can be of two types, system and business exceptions, right? System exceptions are those which can be caused by any application. For example, an application it's not working, it's freeze, the URL is not working, right? Of that application. So that will be considered. There can be many other reasons, etc. and etc. Right? So that will be considered under system exception. Okay. In business exception, I just told you, for example, if the client side has some problem, for example, that he said that the value shouldn't be greater than this or this should be here. If this isn't here, for example, if X isn't here, we shouldn't be continuing with our workflow, something like that, right? So that is business exception. Okay. For to creating our own exception, we are using throw. Okay, I think this is crystal clear now, pretty easy. Okay, we can hover over this and see the activity description as well. Throws an exception. Okay, so now to use this activity efficiently in UiPath, we can do like this. We can use new, one second, I'll just let you know again. We can use this new, okay, so we are creating a new exception, right? So we can use a system exception also, and we can use a business exception also. Business rule exception and system exception are two type of exception in UiPath. Okay, and we are using this. Now, as you can see, this intelligence always suggest us that what will be the input argument over here. This is message as string. So what we need to do, I'll just open it like this, zoom it for you guys. Okay, so we are gonna be using that error, sorry, custom error created. Okay, or we can say custom exception created. It will be more suitable. Custom exception created. Okay, save. So if I'll run this now, see on the left hand side, you can guys can see that we have a error over here, right? This is an error. Okay, so it's showing what? Throw. This is the name of the activity, and the error was what? Custom exception created. Okay, got my point. So we have created a business rule exception over here, or we can create a system exception also. I'll just show you guys. Just change it to uh, system exception. Okay, just press control and space for the intelligence to work and go with system exception. Let's run this. Excuse me. Let's go to step into, and we can say, see, throw custom exception created. Okay, this is fine. Okay, let's see that how we can use Rethrow also. Okay, for that we need to use try catch that we just discussed previously. So as you guys must have been knowing, I have just told you this activity was creating an exception. Okay, this was meant to create because we custom created this exception right through. So just for instance, what I did, I uh, encapsulated it inside try catch. Okay, so now it won't be throwing any exception in the output, but we have to use a catch also over here. Right, so what we can do, I can use a system.exception over here, and but I'll use a log message activity over here that uh, now inside child try sorry catch section, this will be clearing your funda of try catch and throw and retho both. Okay, now inside child catch section. Okay, and let's rename this to ch child try catch. Okay, this is fine, right? And finally we'll be over there. Let's do one thing. Let's go ahead also. Let's add an activity, right? Let's do now in child finally section. Okay, this is clear. Okay, let's start with our debug. Now it won't be throwing any error because we have used encapsulated it inside the try catch. Okay, you guys can see. Throw, it didn't throw any error, directly it came to catch. Okay, log message over here, now inside the child catch section, and now inside the finally section. This here must be clear. Okay, this we have discussed previously now. Now let's demonstrate rethrow also. For that, let's use rethrow over here. Okay, okay. So guys, what this rethrow is doing over here, it will be throwing this error again. As you can see, throw and re. So it's throwing this error again. Right, this is very simple, guys. No rocket science is there. Please don't be confused inside with throw, rethrow, try catch. This is very simple. If you need any clearance, just go inside UiPath Studio, do this yourself, do this small activities yourself and clear the funda. This is nothing rocket science. Okay, let's go with the workflow and let's see what is our output here. Now I'll understand. Okay, I can. Okay, catch handler. Okay, I didn't use the. Okay, so now we have second. I by mistake use throw inside the this. Sorry, I need to delete it actually. I'll let you know why. Because it will be throwing error again and again, right? That's my mistake. Second, I'll go it with inside throw, rethrow. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go with debug. We are into this thing now. Sequence inside try catch we are child try catch we are. Okay, we went into throw. This error will be caught by our catch section. Okay, now inside the child catch section will be here. Now it went to rethrow. Okay, now it threw that error again. This error in the try section. Okay, okay. This was what system dot system exception, right? This thing was system dot system exception custom exception created. Now you guys must have have a question in your mind that this thing didn't run. This finally didn't run, right? This thing didn't run because we got an exception in our catch section. This thing got exception, right? So whenever we have an exception, the program will be terminated there and then. So that's why it's good to have any exception inside try block so that our program doesn't stops and our finally section also runs and the error gets caught by the catch section. Okay. I hope this is also clear because why this finally didn't ran over here, you guys can see that finally section was not ran, right? One second, I'll just show you guys. See, rethrow was there, no finally. No finally was there. Okay, because we got an error in our catch section and the program was terminated there and then only. You guys can run the workflow and see for yourself. See, no, only child section was there, no finally section. Okay, this is fine. Okay, let's go ahead. When I said previously that the finally section will be running whether it has error or not, that was for the try section. I was comparing it with try. Okay, in terms of try I was saying you, not in terms of catch. If we have error in catch section, so we'll have to encapsulate again. Okay, this is fine, right? Okay, let's do one thing. Let's see, we have an error over where we have an error over, sorry, we have an error over here rethrow, right? So what we can do, we can use another try catch like this. Let's see that where this is going. We have throw log message rethrow. And after this, where it came, the control came over our try catch, our child try catch. So what we can do, we can encapsulate this try catch also inside a try catch block, right? So we'll be having two try catch now. This will be a two try catch surround with try catch now. Okay, so I'll be just renaming this try catch as parent try catch so that we don't get confused. Parent try catch. Okay, so now this is the workflow now. Pretty simple. Now, what it is happening, we have a parent try catch. Inside of that try, parent try, we have another try catch activity whole we have, which is throwing this rethrow error. This error will be caught by this catch. Okay, and this catch, and then finally will be running. Hope this is clear, guys. Okay, so let's go with system.exception and let's go with a log message activity over here. Let's go with inside parent just for the demonstration purpose parent catch block or section. We have used section in the previous thing, right? Go with section. Okay. Inside parent cat section, and here let's go with finally section, so that you guys can see inside in the output that what is happening in the flow. Okay, let's go with debug. Okay, let's press step into it. Starting with the parent try catch. Okay, went to the parent try section of the parent try catch. Inside the try section, we have another try catch block. Whole try catch block we have inside the try section. Okay, let's press step into what we are in now. We are in the child try catch, which is encapsulated inside a parent try catch. Okay, so now we are in child try catch, and in the child try catch, we are inside the try section, which is containing a throw error, throw activity. Step into again. Okay, this will be running as it is. Here we'll see what happened, and log message will be executed now. Now it's saying custom exception created. Okay, okay, it went outside. Step into, right, and it went to the finally section now. I'll let you know why. Okay, inside now inside child finally section. Okay, this is what I was trying to tell you guys. Step into, and now the control is at the try catch block again, child try catch block. Now it will be coming inside of parent catch section. Okay, because this try has been successfully executed of the parent try catch, and then inside the parent finally section. Okay, now it will be completed, right? So we have only one error over here, that is the rethrow one. Okay, and if I'll run this program as well, we won't be having that error. Okay, see, that is, we don't have any error over here, right? Because that error was handled by our parent cat section. This, right? We can use this as well. One second. Here, what we can do, we can add another activity just to show you guys inside the parent cat section, and parent catch. Or what we can do, we can write this inside here only, right? Section and error and exception was handled by, you can write in this caps, parent catch. Okay, let's go with one. Let's go with info only. We will be confused. Okay, and let's go inside of our try. Go with catch over here inside cat section, and here we don't need anything, right? One second. Inside cat section, uh, action and throw exception was handled by child catch. Okay, now let's run this again, and I'll explain you a very important thing over here, right? One second. Let's run in. Let's first run this. It has been completed. As you can see that our child finally section is now working. Why it is working? I'll let you know. Because see, in our child try catch, now we have encapsulated this try catch inside a parent try catch. Now our finally will be working, guys. Okay. If you will be not encapsulating this child try catch inside a try catch, right, inside a parent try catch, this finally will not be working. Okay. In a simple words, if you have an error in your try catch, for example, there is only one try catch, only you have an error in try catch, right? Sorry, you have error in try. Okay, it will be handled by your this catch section. Okay, and if it will be handled by your catch section, if only if there is no rethrow in your catch section, finally will be executed. Condition one. Okay, if you have a this same this any exception, you can say in try section. Okay, and in the catch section you have your rethrow. So then there will be an error and the program will be terminated then and there only. Okay, and your finally section won't be running. This is fine. Scenario 2, scenario 3, sorry. Now if we have this same scenario, you have this error in a try and it will handle by catch, and you have a rethrow, but you are using a parent try catch also out of your encapsulated in your child try catch, right? You are using a parent try catch which is encapsulated outside of your child try catch. Then your finally section will be working, guys. Okay, please take a note of this. Okay, let's run this in debug mode. Okay, let's step by step see that what is happening over here, right? Okay, inside parent try catch. Now it will go inside try catch, this child try catch, because in parent try catch we have a in try section we have a all this bunch of try catch block, right? Okay, and now it is in throw. This is inside child catch section. You can see now inside child catch section, and throw exception was handled by the child catch, so it got handled, right? Now we are at rethrow. Throw the same exception that was there at the try, at the child try. Okay, this sequence was successfully handled. Now it directly went to child finally section, because why it went to the finally section of the child, because we are using a parent try catch, guys. Okay, and this thing was handled successfully by it. And now we'll be going into the parent try catch. See, this sequence was successfully executed. Step into again. Now we are at the this boundary of child try catch. Now we are into the parent try catch section. Okay, now you can see here, and now we are at parent catch section, and exception was handled by the parent catch. The rethrow exception was handled by the parent catch section. Okay, this is pretty clear, guys, crystal clear. Okay, inside parent final section, this will be running as always. Okay, okay. So I hope, guys, that this funda is crystal clear to all of you. This is very, very simple. Okay, you just have to go to UiPath Studio and do this step by step thing yourself, and just see that where the control is going and how you can use it efficiently in your workflows, and it will be done. One more scenario I would like to tell you, guys. Sometimes it can be like this also. For example, we have this same thing, right? Throw is here in the try, and it got cached by the this catch block, and the final block is running as well. And we were having a rethrow also over there, right? Which was throwing the same error in the which was in the try block. This error was throwing by the rethrow. Okay, so if I'll not be encapsulating this block in a parent child try catch, I can do like this as well. I can surround this rethrow, this catch section only inside a try catch. Okay, so now our try catch will be inside a catch section. Okay, so let's do this. Let's name this as embedded try catch. Okay, this is inside the uh, catch section of the child try catch. Okay, don't get confused. That's why I've written it differently, right? Okay, so let's go with this catch system dot exception, and let's use a log message over here. Let's go with uh, rethrow was handled by the embedded catch, right? And let's go with this finally, and let's go with this again inside side BEDDED finally block. Okay, now let's run the workflow and see that where it's going. This can be a scenario as well. Okay, now we are at the main sequence. Okay, let's go inside. Now we don't have a parent try catch, we have a try catch inside of our child try catch like this. Okay, let's go into step into, and we are at the throw. This went to the catch section of the child try catch. That's why I've written everything on the logs as well, guys. And step into, it went to the, it is in the catch section only. This is inside the catch section, right? See, this is inside the catch section only, right? We have a, this is a child try catch section, okay? And then can do, we can press step into again. Let's see, rethrow. It didn't do any error because it is inside the try section. And now it is inside the embedded catch section of the embedded try catch, which is inside the catch section of the child try catch. Okay, this is not confusing if you will be following me, guys. Rethrow was handled by the embedded catch. Embedded uh, Rethrow was handled by the embedded catch. Yes. Okay. And now the finally section is executing of the embedded try catch, and we are inside this, inside the child try catch only, right? Now finally section will be executing. Now see, this whole sequence has been completed of the catch section. Now the finally section of the child try catch will be executing, and we can have this over here like this, and child finally section, it is done. Okay. So there can be cases that when you have to execute your this first, what to say, your this section, sorry, you have to execute your, one second. Yeah, there can be there can be this times when you have to execute your this first try catch only, right? Try catch finally section also, right? This six section. So what you can do, you can use a catch block, and inside the catch block you can embed it with another try catch, right? So we can have multiple, this thing can be going like anything inside of it, inside of it, inside of it, and it will go on and on and on. Okay. Just rename the activities like this that I have done. Anything you can give, right? Any name you can give, whatever you feel like, and it will be done. So I think, guys, your try, catch, finally, throw, and rethrow I have covered, and this is pretty crystal clear. I have used log activities as well over here. Everything I have done in my power to let you know, guys, that this is the easiest way to learn this. What I have told you. Okay, just do go in UiPath Studio, do this debug thing step into yourself, and you will be the master of this thing in no time. Throw, rethrow, try catch. This is very easy. These things look tricky at the first, but they are very easy. Okay, so let's complete this video over here, guys. Okay, because this has been completed, and what we can do, we can see this all in RE framework as well, robotic enterprise framework, which I'll be covering very soon. Okay, there are a few topics that are left. I'll be covering it very soon. whole RE framework will be doing it in parts. Okay, and I'll be showing you different projects also on RE framework that how we can do it. We'll be covering LINQ as well, LINQ, Language Integrated Query, which is a part of VB.NET. We'll be covering it in my channel only. So please stay tuned, guys. Take care. Thank you so much. If you like the content, to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, guys, keep learning.